See, I'm alive as a motherfucker now, and I want you to watch as I take back everything from you. Jury, executioner on that nigga, and anybody else who you give a fuck about.
You think he took out Fame? The way Fame got knocked around and dumped up in the Bronx like he did, it just don't make a whole lot of sense for Unique.
Which one of you bitch-ass motherfuckers put down Fame?
Heard it was police that dropped Fame. Niggas saying Fame knew about some cops being dirty, and they got scared of him talking, so they snatched him up and put him down.
You think Rock was right? He ain't the one who put him down?
I'm still thinking about what Quells and them said when we rolled up on.
This police shit is real. That call on Fame came from the street.
I know who killed Famous.
Who?
Mother.
You might know who put down Fame.
Rock.
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video. We're here in the aftermath of season 4, episode 7 of Raising Kanan. Allow me to reintroduce myself, and we're gonna go ahead and have to break down and recap everything that went on within this episode and point out all the clues, hints, and reveals of things we have to look forward to come the last 3 episodes of the season based off what we've seen in this one. So of course we're gonna have to break down Unique's return, his conversation with Rock, this huge rampage he's going on. Like, he's so far gone, it's ridiculous. Gotta break down, like I said, his conversation with Rock, Vanessa, his moves going forward. Also Kanan, of course, looking into the death of Famous, new clues, teasers, and hints that has him looking into Rock being the possible one who hired the cops to take out Famous. I made a whole video on that. We're gonna look closely into it and the direction it's gonna go for the rest of the season. Then of course we have other characters we have to keep looking into as we got clues and hints on what's next for them, possible next kills, such as Marvin, him and Stefano having a conversation about eliminating Rock from the picture, how that's gonna go. So as usual, leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this episode that just passed. But let's get right into it. So I actually want to lead off with Kanan and looking into Famous's death, because that was my most recent video and I made the theory about Rock paying the cops and everything like that. Now of course a lot of you were telling me these were the cops she was paying when she was running the salon in season 3 when she was out the game and everything like that, which of course makes a lot of sense. But I thought since she was back in the game that she left this salon or whatever, she was her business alone, she didn't really need that shop or anything anymore, especially because we haven't seen her go back there recently. But she is paying them on the same street that she had that salon on and everything like that. So with Kanan and seeing her give the cops money, it's very possible it has absolutely nothing to do with Famous. In fact, I think it doesn't. But Kanan, we've been seeing this whole time how his relationship with Rock has been shaping over the course of these 4 seasons, and she gave him reason to believe it. Now we know in the last episode when he originally started looking into what happened to Famous, he of course went and attacked Freddy's crew, saying they probably got get back for Freddy, so they took out Fame. But they were the ones who told him that it was the police who possibly took out Fame.
Heard it was police that dropped Fame. Niggas saying Fame knew about some cops being dirty, and they got scared of him talking, so they snatched him up and put him down.
Oh, another thing a lot of you guys were pointing out when a lot of people are having the theories that it could be Marvin, it could be Rock, it could be Unique, it could be this person, that person, whatever it is. Of course, Famous was tortured. They say he was tortured, he got brutalized, everything like that. We even hear Rock say within this episode,
Evidence says that your son was tortured before he was murdered.
The way Fame got knocked around and dumped up in the Bronx like he did, it just don't make a whole lot of sense for Unique.
and so a lot of people believe that people like Rock or Marvin wouldn't do something like this, and that led people to believing it was Unique. But even within this episode, people like Kanan and Rock say it doesn't make sense for it to be Unique. He would claim it if he did it.
You think Rock was right? Unique ain't the one who put him down?
He put Fame down. He be screaming that shit out loud and he not.
And I was telling you guys this in prior videos as well, like it doesn't make sense for them not to just show Unique doing it. They already showed him killing Andre Barnes, they showed him taking out the people at the Chinese Spy, attacking the trucks where they selling the work out of, everything like that. So him killing Famous could have just been a part of that, and he would have just admitted it by now. So of course that ruled him out as well. So ruling out so many people at once, it was kind of hard to find people who could have really did it, who could have realistically did it. A lot of people are saying saying Howard or Ronnie as well, but once again, those don't make any sense at all either. I keep explaining to people that when Howard and Ronnie was taken out, within that episode, Famous was already in police custody. They knew nothing about the situation and they were already dead. And even in the aftermath, we hear Detective Garcia tell Famous's mother that Famous was aiding in the investigation in the murder of a cop.
I was working with the NYPD, Miss Figueroa. He was assisting us in the investigation of the murder of a police officer.
Of course, that cop is Howard, so that means the conversation with Detective Garcia and Famous, they had to have at least one conversation post the death of Howard, or he wouldn't be able to say that. So that ruled them out as well. But what ruling out so many people, who does that really leave? It kind of makes sense why Kanan is looking into Rock and thinking it's a huge possibility that she had something to do with it. We see he got the information about the cops possibly doing it. Him and Jukebox had a conversation within this episode saying someone from the streets had to pay to get that done.
Somebody out here paid them for that work. This police shit is real. That call on Fame came from the street.
And we see him seeing Rock pay him the money. So also we see and hear him tell Crystal within this episode that it was his mother who took out Fame. And we already hear in the preview for episode 8 that he's telling Jukebox about it, which is something that I thought he wasn't gonna do.
I know who killed Famous.
Who?
Mother.
You might know who put down Fame.
Rock.
Now the episode 8 description, we're gonna go over that more this weekend. It does say he looked into his theory on what happened to Famous, so we're gonna get more clues, details, and reveals within the next episode. I think we're going on a 1-week break, but that's something to look forward to. Crystal is supposed to go missing as well. That's something we're gonna talk about, make a separate video on as well. And maybe it is due to the fact that he told her that Rock possibly took out Famous. A lot of people are thinking Rock is gonna have something to do with her disappearance, as well as Kanan. He's already blaming her for this. Why wouldn't he blame her for that? It's just so many clues and details we got to keep our eye on going forward. But you guys let me know down below who you believe took out Fame. Now on to Unique and his Rampage, which is really all we really got to talk about with him within this episode. Everything is really just like a recap of everything he did so far to get in this position where he's at, where he's running shit and Rock is about to be on the outside looking in, which is going to play a part in Marvin and Stefano. We're going to get to that next though. So first off, we know upon his return, one of the first things he did was kill their lawyer. Now this is a big deal because Andre got them out of multiple situations going all the way back to season 1. So with him out the picture, if a war is coming and they need some sort of defense between them and the feds, it's gonna be hard for them to do so. Also, he then goes on to kill the 2 workers at the Chinese spot. Remember, he used to work these Chinese spots before Rock stepped in with Stefano and took that position over. So when he went and robbed them, he of course had to kill them so that they didn't reveal that he was alive. And this led to Rock's other business partners being skeptical about continuously working with her. We saw the family members of the Chinese shop owners saying, I don't know if I want to continue business. We saw Quan pissed off. I believe this was his family as well. He was related in some way and he was pissed that Rock wasn't retaliating fast enough. She didn't know who it was and everything like that. So Unique has just been causing a wedge between her and all her partners. He then goes on to continue this when he links up with Damon, who you guys remember Damon from season 2, who Rock basically fired to put Unique in charge in New Jersey. He goes, links up with him to get back at Rock and attacks the trucks that's moving the product, attacks that business. Of course, Damon ends up dying, but they take a few men down with them, and this creates a further wedge between Rock and her business partners, as the niggas who own the trucks don't want to move the product on the trucks no more. It goes so far that Rock tells Marvin to talk to him, make sure he's still on board, and he talks about snitching, and Marvin ends up killing him. Now they have some other idiot who's all doped up. He's not really listening, not really paying attention. He's in charge of their trucks now, and all this on top of each other is just further creating a wedge between Rock and Quan, who upped the prices on her product, doesn't like that his family was killed and she didn't retaliate. they decide basically, hey, we're gonna part ways. I'm not gonna sell you no more product. And thanks to the information from OC about this, he was able to reveal to Quan that he's alive, and Quan has become his connect once again. So now with all this adding up, Rock, her only partner in her corner is Stefano, but even he isn't safe, as Unique is partnered up with Phil Russo, who wants revenge for Sal's death that of course Stefano set up for Rock and Marvin to take him out. And also early, he's close to Stefano now due to Marvin. Another mistake, Marvin putting Early in position to be the new bookie out in Corona for Stefano, because he doesn't know that Early was the one who rescued Unique, basically nursed him back to health. He was living with him, everything like that, giving him the information that Rock was in control once he got taken out. So they don't know this. So he has all these pieces in position, and he waited to the perfect time to reveal himself to Rock. So there's no counterplay for her currently at this point. But now we got to talk about what he's gonna do next. And he's straight up telling her, I'm gonna bury you. He's completely delusional in the fact that he believes that she tried to take him out, that her, Ronnie, and Kanan all teamed up to eliminate him. This is kind of what the doctor was talking about in the episode 1 of this season, where he was like, he might not be all the way there, might not be the same person. This is kind of what we were expecting, where he's just crashing out. He's not listening to no reasoning. He believes what he believes, and we see that continues as he goes off on Panessa. We know Panessa confronted Rock twice now. When Unique first went missing, went to her house with a gun, Rock let her know she didn't do it. And then earlier in this season, when Unique was putting money in the mailbox, Panessa of course thought it was Rock and thought it was because she felt guilty about killing Unique, and she once again let her know, I did not kill Unique. So when Unique finally reveals to Panessa that he's alive, and they're sitting down having a conversation about it, and he letting her know that he think it was Rock, and she was like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense that it was Rock, I talked to Rock and shit like that. He snaps on her. So this dude is so far gone. He does have a foothold on the streets because of all the things he has in place that I said before, and him linking up with Phil Russo, who wants to take out Stefano, like I said. So he has a foothold on everything currently, but I think his mindset right now is so tunnel visioned on what he believe happened and what he want from this point forward is gonna inevitably be his downfall as well. So we're just gonna have to continue to see how his mind continues to be altered from that beat that Ronnie put on his ass, and how that might cause him to make a mistake in the future that Rock, Marvin, other characters will be able to capitalize on. So we just gotta have to look out for more clues and details on that. Now, to quickly to run through other storylines that we got to look for clues and details that's going to play big parts later, and I'm going to make videos on all these topics separately, diving more into them, giving my predictions and thoughts. But first off, Marvin, Stefano, we know they've been making moves behind Rock's back this entire season, and we've finally got the biggest of them all with Stefano trying to get Marvin to take out Rock, to move her out the way, saying she's the problem. They could squash shit with Unique, Phil, and everything like that if they get Rock up out the way. And Marvin, to his credit, he said he's not down with that shit. So it's looking likely that Marvin's gonna take out Stefano. Like I said, I'm gonna make a video on this topic specifically tomorrow, because I just know he's gonna do it based off a lot of hints and teasers they've already given us. Also, we gotta talk about B-Rilla in this episode. He attempted to rob the nigga that run the label. I think he talked to some nigga at the end of episode 6, because the label nigga told him earlier this season how he leaves all his money in his house. He doesn't like banks and shit like that. So they decided to go rob this dude's house, but they don't know he's renting it out to 2 other people. So they end up killing the 2 people. B-Rilla thought the label manager died, but he ended up walking into the studio that him and Lou was at. We're gonna have to continue to see how that play out. We didn't get much information on it just yet. We gotta see how it all falls back on Lou, which Lou, it seems like he's leaning back into entering the game due to Unique being back, targeting Rock, Marvin, Kane in the jukebox. He said if they target him, if they target them, they're gonna target him. He's gonna be in the way as well. So we gotta see how that's gonna play out for him. We know episode 10 talks about him and Rock specifically going to war with Unique and not Marvin. That's something that a lot of people took interest in. Keep an eye on that as well. Overall though, that's it for this video. You guys can leave your thoughts and opinions on everything down below on episode 7 specifically, how you felt about it. You could rank your favorite episodes 1 through 7 down below as well. I mean, you might as well. We're going on a week break like I said, but we got a lot of interesting clues, details, hints, and teasers of what's coming next. I think my video tomorrow is gonna shock a lot of you guys. Can't wait to break that down. But let me know what other videos you want to see, what other theories or ideas that you guys have about Unique possibly and his brain, how it's functioning, everything like that. I know a lot of people still believe he's Breeze. I made a whole video on that if you want to check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Like I said earlier on who killed Fame, we ruled out a lot of people. It's not too many people it could be left. I feel like the reveal is going to be lackluster. They can't possibly stick the landing and make it make sense. At least that's what I'm thinking. We'll have to wait and see what they do. But once again, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. But I'm out.